What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so we're talking running backs today. We're re-ranking the 2020 running back class. This ought to be a time and a half. But go ahead and become a bro and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. If you enjoy the video, YouTube is loving the thumbs up, so do that. Like I said, we're talking running backs before we get in. Mock draft is out if you want to check that out. It's full 3 rounds. I include the compensatory picks as well, but again, we don't know what they are going to be exactly, so they're projected. Also should have some more of those team off season videos out. Those are a ton of fun to work on, even despite some of the hate. Now, you're not gonna when it comes to rankings, you're not gonna agree with it 100%. That's why there's a comment section. Tell me your opinion. Let's discuss. You might have a guy higher than I have a guy. Let me know. But let's go ahead. Let's get in. A couple of guys that barely missed the cut. I got Tony Jones Jr. out of Notre Dame, Michael Warren II out of Cincinnati, and Darrington Evans at Appalachian State. Just missed the cut, but I got Benny LeMay out of Charlotte here. He had a really, really good game in the East-West Shrine game. He was just dominant. He's a very hard-nosed runner, very compact. He was actually very productive in the pass game as well. So I think there's going to be a place for him on an NFL roster. Jermichael Hasty out of Baylor really helped his stock with a really good Senior Bowl game. He's ideal for an outside zone or like toss plays. So he's really good on the outside. He can thrive as a pass catcher. Small height. He's small height-wise, I should say, but he's tough to take down. You gotta love that. Lamichael Perrine out of Florida. A lot of people are gonna have him higher on this list. Not so much for me. He had a good Senior Bowl. I'll give him that. I mean, that's why he made the picture at a touchdown. But doesn't change how undynamic he is. He doesn't shred. He doesn't shed tacklers that well. He's not gonna be used in the pass game. Joshua Kelly kind of falls into the same boat as Lamichael Perrine. He's out of UCLA. He got a lot of work at the Senior Bowl, which tells me, it's big plus. It tells me that coaches were very interested in seeing what he can do, but he's very limited in what he can do for your offense. He won't be used in the pass game. He isn't the quickest guy, but hey, here's a plus. He only has three fumbles over his 450 carries throughout his career. Not half bad. JJ Taylor out of Arizona. Good route runner, man. Very explosive, especially with the ball in his hands. I mean, I always go back to this Washington game, and I have it in one of my scouting report videos that Khalil Tate, he just missed him on a whole bunch of throws, even one that was a touchdown. This guy, he can be a playmaker, a game changer, but he doesn't offer anything in pass protection. So I think he's really just going to be strictly used as a pass catcher. We got AJ Dillon out of Boston College, a guy that honestly he could scoot up the boards. It's really all dependent on one thing: how he runs at the combine. What's his 40 time going to look like? What's his short area quickness and drills going to look like? The dude's 6'5", 250, no secret. Power runner, but he does that extremely well. That's his calling card. So the combine honestly is going to be huge for him, probably more so than any other player. Anthony McFarland out of Maryland. Honestly, yeah, I saw this from Draft Network when I was going over what other people had to say, and Marino from Draft Network made a Amon Bradshaw comp, which I was like, wow, that's a really good comp. That's dead on. The dude, he's lightning in the bottle, man, and then, which surprises me that he wasn't used much more in the passing game there in Maryland, but I have him here. Levante Bellamy out of Western Michigan. Very quick. I love his production over the last 2 seasons. He had 15 receptions last season, but he had 30 in 2018. So he has been used in the pass game. He has the ability to be a changer in the pass game. And who said it at the Senior Bowl? It was Mike. It was the cornerback from Iowa, Michael. I don't want to butcher your last name, but he said he's that Bellamy, he trained with him and he was surprised that he's not higher on people's boards. Well, you're coming in at 13 right here, my brother. James Robinson from Illinois State. Robinson, he's really started to gain steam after that East-West Shrine game. Scouts and interviews from coaches are filled with nothing but great things of how much they actually love this guy as a prospect. You know what? I liked seeing him used in the pass game at the East-West Shrine game too, because he wasn't. The fact was he wasn't in 2019 there at Illinois State. He holds a lot of weight for being only 5'9". He looks quick in pads. So honestly, I'd love to see this guy get a combine and fight. I kind of curious how he'll look outside of pads and drills. I think it could be real fun. And then Reggie Corbin, coming in here at 11 out of Illinois. The guy is very dangerous in space. He has crazy change of direction. And he's by no means an every down player, but I think he can be as valuable as I comped him just a couple of months ago to Austin Eckler, how he was used in the Chargers offense. I think Corbin could be used the same, or at least in the same manner. And then on to the top 10, we're talking Darius Anderson out of TCU, baby. He has ridiculous acceleration. Saw that at the Senior Bowl. He can't be caught once he's at full speed. However, what you do notice there at TCU is when he's forced in a tight space, or if he doesn't see the holes initially, he gets real bouncy in the backfield, which causes you to move more south, and you end up losing more yards than actually gaining. That's just how that works. So I kind of question his vision. It's kind of a tough thing to calculate, I guess, a player's vision, but yeah, like I said, like some of the holes, yeah, they're tight, but I think he could have, with his speed, he could have accelerated right through that. And then 9, Eno Benjamin out of Arizona State, a guy I still really like. He had a decent Senior Bowl. He was sensational in 2018, but he came kind of back down to earth a little bit in 2019. He's very elusive. He's great at making tacklers miss, but he always almost goes down once contact is initiated. So he's good at making the tacklers miss, but if you get a hand on him, he falls to the floor. That's just one thing I noticed. Cam Akers out of Florida State, a guy moving up the list. I know a lot of people out there are big Cam Akers fans, so maybe you'll be happy to see him here in the top 10 here at 8. He was hurt a ton by that offensive line. We know Florida State's offensive line just outright, it sucked. But there's no denying this guy's ability. If he works on his hands, he could be really deadly in the pass game because he's actually a pretty good route runner out of the backfield. Like I said, guy has a ton of physical tools you like to see. Sean Vaughn out of Vandy. He came into the Senior Bowl weighing 13 pounds lighter than his playing weight at Vandy. But, I mean, he was still pretty good, and his tape is very good. He's good at making tacklers miss, at shoving off contact. He's got good vision. He has good acceleration when attacking the hole. But like I said, he came in looking a little light. I think he was down to around I think he was sub 210. So a little concerning. I don't know why he did that. So maybe we'll know more if he gets invited to the combine. Maybe he was doing it to increase his speed. And then Antonio Gibson coming here out of Memphis. It seems like at the Senior Bowl, coaches really wanted to see what he could do on the ground because we already know he's a dynamic threat in the pass game. This guy, in the Senior Bowl, passed with flying colors. On 11 carries, he had 68 yards. And he's got extremely low tread on the tires. I think he only had 77 touches there at Memphis in 2019. So he's just a very intriguing prospect. I kind of feel about him the same way I felt about Demetric Fulton out of UCLA, but he decided to return, so this is my new Fulton. And then we got Jonathan Taylor at number 5, and I think people are starting to come around to this idea that Jonathan Taylor won't get drafted as high as some people think he will. He's a phenomenal downhill runner. I won't gripe on that he's really good. But what brings him down is his ability in the pass game. While he looked like a better in the pass game, it's not like Wisconsin is dialing up these ways to scheme the running backs open. Taylor, for the most part, he was going out for screens, he was going out for swings, maybe 5-yard turnarounds. Like, it wasn't anything special. This is something, I mean, this honestly, those are routes every running back should be able to, like, should know how to do. So honestly, it wasn't that special. He does have a drop problem. He has 8 drops and 50 catchable passes in his career. So I just think it's too tough to, because he's a playmaker with the ball in his hands. Don't get me wrong. I just think in the passing game, it's too tough to get the ball in his hands for you to actually utilize that. He was pretty good in pass protection, though. That, top notch. I just don't think he can be used in the pass game. But I mean, there's not much to say other than he's really good. He's a really good running back. He runs the ball well. All I can say. Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of LSU, coming here at number 4. He had a special year, along with a lot of people on that LSU team. And he's really good in the run, and he's just amazing in the pass. He's very compact. He's got great balance, which makes him a nightmare on the sidelines. You saw that in the national championship game. He's just good, and he's going to probably be a day 2 pick. Actually, all these guys are probably going to be day 2. I can't see a running back going in the first round this year. And then DeAndre Swift, a guy that I've had at number 1 for quite a while. And a lot of people probably still have him as their number 1. But I just think the 2 guys ahead of him are vastly better playmakers. Swift, he isn't as elusive as the other 2. But he is a true 3-down back, and he's the most complete, or at least the most accomplished receiver among any of the other running backs in this running back class. He's coming from a pro style offense, so a lot of pluses there, and it's easy to see why he'll be on the top of other people's boards as far as running backs, and I won't dispute it. Like I said, I just think the other 2 guys are better playmakers. Speaking of which, we got J.K. Dobbins here, and these 2 guys, him and Zach Moss, it's like 1A, 1B. So I love Dobbins. He's patient when he takes the handoff, and then, I mean, oh gosh, this guy, it's hard to put it in words. I was talking about vision earlier when it comes to running backs. Some got it, some don't. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to perceive what vision is, but this guy has it. He's kind of Le'Veon Bell-esque with his vision. He's very patient, and then once he sees the hole, bam, cut, go, and he's a big play threat. He could be gone, man. Once he makes a decision, he's just a good back. What can I say? Zach Moss, though, coming here at number 1, edging out Dobbins. I love Moss's running style. He breaks tackle like it's nothing. 1,000 of his 1,400 yards this season rushing came after contact. He had 66 receptions over the course of his career. So yes, he can be used in the pass game. He's an every down back. He relishes contact, and I think he's the best running back in this class. But that's just my opinion. Let me know yours. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's it for the video. Go ahead and do the YouTube thing. Always much appreciated and much obliged. And I'll see you in the next one. So until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.